And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals of the PiGosaur Monday number 10. We're here with another TVP, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of El Dorado, we have the Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the orange Terran player from the land of the Americas, representing Detonate. It is Dolan. Here we go, and if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is time to predict. It is Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets in the chat for who you think will take the series. Best of luck. Coming into this, I do favor Gerald in this best of 3, but I want to say that Dolan has it in him to make him work for it, to force an ace smash, and to maybe cause the upset as well. My eyes are going to be on Dolan here as we spawn into one of the more vetoed maps in the map pool. Very rare sight here to see El Dorado. Do love to see it. On a map like this, short rush distance by air, we have, of course, the southern half of the map that is walled off by gold minerals, by regular minerals as well. There are some gold bases to take advantage of, gold bases all around. We'll see when and if our players do expand towards this area, or if they go for these more standard expansions instead. We'll see who does decide to open them up initially. Meanwhile, ooh, hello. Okay, 2-Rack Reaper. Let's go, Bobby, let's go. It's gonna be 2-Rack Reaper here by Dolan. Very aggressive start back across the map. We'll see how he gets this done as the probe does come in for a scout. Does not see anything in the main, has no idea what's going on, does check, but alas, the Rax is a little bit further back. For all Gerald knows this could be a CC on the high ground, could be a factory, could be anything, could even be another Rax. So Mass Reaper here from Dolan. The goal here is to get economic damage done early on and follow this up, ideally, I would imagine, with a 3-Rax follow-up. But we'll see. As Dolan goes to hunt down that probe, he's looking for the worker. Alas, doesn't quite find it. He's searching. The probe does race back home. Hiding at the Zelnaga. Ooh, nice moves here out of Gerald. Very nice moves. CC on location, so again, Dolan, he's not going for an all-in, but he's opening up 2-Rack Reaper nonetheless. And his goal here is to get across the map and get economic damage, but last he is going to get scouted by the Zelnaga. At least I would imagine he would. Just waiting for that 3rd Reaper. 3rd Rax behind this, yep, so it's going to be 2-Rack Reaper into a 3-Rax. Into Bio. Into that stim timing. Here come those 3 Reapers. Hallucination comes in, does confirm the 3-Rax. And likewise, the probe confirms the Reapers. Oh god. So, Gerald, he sees everything. He knows all, he sees all. Behind this, Reapers diving in towards the main. Gerald, he evacuates the natural. Does focus on the main base defense. Boys are being pulled. Sentry goes down. Oh my, never mind. The Sentry survives. Sentry lives, 1 Reaper falls, and so far it's been a rough start for Dolan. We'll get 1 probe. But just the 1. Yeah, the Reaper gets locked down, fully walled off, and with that, Gerald, he defends beautifully here. What did he lose? He lost 1 probe, 1 worker for 3 Reapers. That was a big investment for Dolan. It wasn't worth it. Was not worth it in the end. Very nice defense here by Gerald. Again, a little bit came down to his scouting, to his vision. He was able to mentally, physically prepare for what was coming his way, and did handle it very nicely. From here, Gerald is going to move out. And across the map, Dolan is working towards that stim timing that we did mention before. Stim, combat shields, +1, it's all going to be on the way. No eBay yet. And it's going to be that much more dedicated this time from Dolan because of the rough start. And oh god, there's no bunker. There's no bunker. Stalkers, they can pop up. They get 1 Marine. They get 2 Marines. They get 2 Marine kills. And oh my god, he barely gets a 3rd. 3 Marines for nothing. For a bit of hull damage. Gerald, he gets away. Once again, very nice speed-ups here by Gerald. And Dolan, he's still building up back at home. Still has to build up. Again, as a reminder, Gerald, he already scouted the build. He already knows what's coming. So he can just back up. Staying on 2 bases, building up towards a bay into Colossus production. Fast Colossus will shut this down. That is the ideal response. And the hallucination confirms that there is still no 3rd CC. No 3rd CC. Gets eyes on the factory, on the eBay, on +1. The eBay is delayed because the initial start is going to be quite late. And Gerald he sees. He does see the move out. He's ready here at the natural. If Dolan does try to stim up the ramp, then Gerald is going to be able to force field. That's the idea. You can force field and cut the army in half. Meanwhile, Gerald, he can even freely expand. Going for the southern third. Dolan still skirting around looking for a way in. He scans, he sees the sentry, sees the setup, wants none of it, Dolan backs off. So a really mature decision here by Dolan is to not commit. He did check the third base locations. Gerald is going to try and chase him down. Oh, where's the stim? Oh, oh. Dolan pulling up the ramp. Observers in position. Gerald, he backs off. There's the scan, spots the observer. Nicely done there by Dolan. And we'll pull away. Oh, okay, so Dolan, instead of throwing down the third CC, that is going to be another 2 Raxes. A 4th and 5th Rax from Dolan. So suddenly he's much more committed on 2 bases. He is much more committed. Second starport? This I'm not used to. On 2 bases. Is that intentional? Okay. Second starport. This feels like a 2-base all-in. Again, I'm unfamiliar with this second starport setup. He's going to be going for an add-on zombie into mass Viking production, I would imagine. Into mass Viking. Dolan's moving out. Still looking for the third. He has not spotted the expansion. There's the add-on swap. Yep, mass Viking. Okay, so this looks like a variation on the PvT all-in, where we're going 2-port mass Viking 2-base all-in. Okay, I haven't quite seen this variation in this matchup. We'll see how well this works. You can see Dolan is going to be mining through those minerals. He is now aware that the base has been taken towards the south. Ooh, Gerald, he's here though to deny those SCVs, potentially. He is outside the mineral wall. Dolan's still just massing up his army. Now, does Dolan pull the boys with this? That's the question. That's the real question. I would imagine so. Against a Colossus-based army, like, that's going to be the ideal. To pull those boys and have some kind of buffer. Meanwhile, enemy Vikings is on. So far up to 6. There we go. Dolan, he does move out. Army does spot him. Rallying everything across the map. It's all or nothing for Dolan. It's going to be all or nothing. Engaging with the army. Likewise, the observer does see this. Dolan does not pull the boys. But is still very committed. There's no third base behind this. And there's 3 Colossus. Oh my god. Shield batteries, or at least one of them is done. Boys are being pulled. First Colossus goes down, but there's 3 more behind this. So many Colossi. 7 Colossus falls. Cannons are finishing up. And Gerald, he's holding. He's holding on. Yeah, the shield battery is working over time. And Dolan, he had nothing behind this. He's going to knock down those rocks. Let's go. Takes down the Archon. Knocks it down with the rocks. You love to see it. But also he's trapped. Has to pull out. And again, he has no third behind this. The Medivacs. Okay, Medivacs do survive. But again, this is all that Dolan had. It's all that he had here. He was all in. And I guess he could try to lift and land his main. True. But the longer this goes on, the better it is for Gerald. Gerald, he did lose how many probes? 18 workers in that defense. That is true. He had to pull the boys. But he's already resaturated. Already has resaturated. Dolan going to be reinforcing his scans, looking for a 4th base. Making 4 Liberators behind this. He's lifting his main. Yeah, that's what I thought. He's going to lift his main base. I mean, again, that's the only way he can really keep himself going here. Is by lifting the main. He can't really afford an expansion. Picks up a couple of Stalkers. Gerald taking his 4th. Gerald back up to 3 Colossi. Behind this, no further splash damage. Does have the Temple Archives. Oh, never mind, he has Storm. Never mind, Storm is done. Oh. And speaking of, wants to lead with the Storms. It does want to lead. Massive Storms connect. Dolan going to be forced back. There's going to be one more Storm left. And Liberators are going down. And we're waiting for that final Storm. Vikings do fall. Colossus survive. GG gets called. And Gerald will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Get a very strong start for Gerald to shut down the initial 2-axe Reaper. Likewise, did scout the 3-axe follow-up, and he was able to shut both of them down. In the end, Dolan, he did pivot towards a 2-base all-in, a very unique 2-base all-in that I hadn't really seen in this matchup, which is a 2-port 2-base all-in with Mass Viking. But as we saw, barely it was not enough to break through. Gerald, he had 4 Colossus. He had 4 Colossus. He had 2 shield batteries, 2 cannons at the 3rd base, had the NG overcharge as well. He defended quite nicely. Was a nice defense. Here we go. We're getting into game 2. So getting into game number 2, it's going to be on Frostline. Sorry, the players are just bantering. just a little bit of banter going on. Getting into game 2, going to be on Frostline here. A much larger map in the map pool. Much larger map. Which means it's not going to be as conducive to aggressive play. So I'm curious how Dolan will approach this. Does he proxy? Does he play standard? Does he play macro? What's it going to be? The onus is going to be on Dolan here. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Frostline, we have the Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Streamer Zone, leading the series 1-0. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the American Terran player, the Orange Terran, representing his new team, Detonate, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is Dolan. Now,
Game paused.
Never mind. As we do have a bit of a pause, I was about to say that we haven't actually seen Dolan really embrace the new old Cyclone. We have seen some players go mass Cyclone in this matchup and have quite a lot of success with it. I think we have seen Dolan go for some factory-based cheeses, but yeah, for now he has yet to really approach that. I think we saw him go mass Cyclone in TVZ against Zerg players. Sure, makes sense. Going for Battle Mech again. But that is a build that has been kind of like resurfacing here in TVP. Is a more Cyclone heavy composition. For better or for worse. I would say for worse, but it's the state that we're in. So we'll see how he does approach this. And so far, we are going to be settling into our game. Again, maybe some hockey issues. We're good to go. Gerald's going to be opening up. And so far, double gas. Double gas opener here out of Dolan. Double gas means faster factory. This can lead into a dedicated Widowmine drop. This can lead into Reactor Reaper Hellion. This could lead into early Banshee, into Cloak Banshee. We saw that previously in the broadcast against Mute, if you recall. Could lead into Banshee play, or could even lead into an early tank push. So we'll see what's going to be done with this build. Our eyes are going to be on Dolan. Gerald back at home, just, you know, chilling, opening up, going for a scout, getting across the map. It's going to be a Reaper opener here by Dolan. Does fully wall off to keep Gerald in the dark. And I do like this just because Dolan did go for something more dedicated last game. He went 2-axe Reaper, so the idea of just fully walling off and keeping his opponent in the dark, it's a nice way to kind of mix things up and to play some mind games here against Gerald. Ooh, as the SV does get over to the other side, thankfully. Just in time. Does hop over. It's going to be safe. Oh, going reactor. First here, sorry, Reaper into reactor. Okay, reactor's on the way. There's that factory. We'll see if we go for another add-on swap into Mass Hellion. I mean, the natural is a little bit more wide open. So an investment into Hellion would make sense. Did see that against Mute previously. Shield battery's on the way. Reaper does confirm. And then, yeah, there's that add-on swap. This looks like the build that we saw from Dolan on Whispers of Gold, which was reactored Hellion into Cloak Banshee. So my eyes are on Dolan here to see if he does the same. Ooh, SCV goes down. Let's pick up here with the probe. Snipes the worker, delays the CC. There's our starport, and do we see the tech lab on the racks? Show us what you got. We'll keep an eye on that tech lab. On that racks. Behind this, Twilight Council open out of Gerald, going for Blink. And yep, there it is. A tech lab is on the way. This should be for the add-on swap. This should be for Banshees. Assuming this is the same build that we saw previously against Mute. Ooh, meanwhile, Dolan out of position. The CC's going to be delayed. That's a brutal pick-off. 2 SCVs going down. Big delay on the CC. Force field catching out the Hellions. Scan the Hellions as well. Hellions do get out, but they have been seen. They've been spotted. 2 of them busting into the mineral line. Getting 4 probes. Oh, 2 probes even. Oh. Hellions, they take a lot of hits. 3 workers do fall. We have the tech lab on the factory, tech lab on the starport. Hellions, they're trying to find some damage here, but they will be cleaned up. Oh, not bad. Probes, they line up. Getting how many? Getting 8 probe kills. Not bad. 8 workers do go down, but there's still no CC. This is brutal. This is so brutal here. The Cyclone should deflect this, but that is so much damage on the command center. Oh, the force field. Force field locks down the Cyclone, but the Cyclone can hold its own. So the Cyclone will defend. We'll shut this down. Cleans up the Stalker and the Sentry. And finally, Dolan can expand, but this is a very late expansion. Very late TC. Behind this, Cloak Banshee, as we did mention, tank production as well. So this does look to be the same build that we saw in, previously against Mute, but it is delayed. You know, it is delayed. Unfortunately, this time, Dolan didn't get as many probe kills. Likewise, his CC is very late, and that does impact the build itself. Does slow it down. So there's a lot of pressure here on Dolan. Meanwhile, Gerald's checking his vision. He did not scout the main. Does he have a sentry? There we go. I was waiting for the sentry, waiting for the hallucination. Now, this is a big feature now of the new patch. For those that are curious, because of the energy overcharge, now it is far easier for Protoss players to scout in general. I mean, against Zerg and against Terran players alike, due to the sentry, due to the hallucination. As we should be seeing non-stop hallucination scouts. Stalkers, they blink into the main. Hallucination confirms the 111, or should confirm the 111. Has yet to really commit. Stalkers, they dive in, they take down the Cyclone. SCVs are going to be falling at the same time. Banshees, they head into the main. No Observer, not yet. Observer's on the way. But the shield battery holds. Shield battery is enough to hold. Gerald here defends his main. This time not rushing to Colossus, this time rushing into Storm. Hey, very different follow-up here by Gerald. Love to see it. Meanwhile, Dolan, he is committed. Moving out across the map. Banshees, they flank the Stalkers. They get one. One Stalker goes down. 2 Stalkers go down. At the same time, we come in to catch reinforcements. The boys are being pulled. And it's going to be a 2-base all in here from Dolan. But again, he gets scattered far ahead of time. And Gerald doing everything he can to slow this down. Does delay the push. Back at home, shield batteries are on the way. More sentries, more Stalkers. And Gerald just nibbling away at the back line here of the all-in. Trying to pick up SCVs. Dolan moving out. Gerald, he will catch a tank. Oh no! Oh my god, a tank should go down. At the same time, Dolan at least kills a third. Tank falls. But Gerald doesn't care about the third base. Doesn't care about the third. It's all about defending the natural. Tank volleys go off. Dolan, he can still pull this off. Throws down a wall of bunkers. Tanks getting within range of the gateways. Dolan going for a slow push here forward. Banshees, they hunt down the Archon. Archon takes a lot of hits. Gerald trying to come in from behind. Dolan, he spots a rotation. He spots the army. Once again, another tank getting caught out. No, no, the tank. He won't get away. Oh my god. Barely gets cleaned up, but Dolan, he is going to be salvaging. He's pushing in. Going for the kill. Gerald's now in position. Dolan going for the natural. Can depower the shield battery. Can even focus it down. And was this worth of a Gerald? Was this worth it? He denies charge. Charge is denied. Gerald coming in from behind. Dolan, he does confirm. He's ready for this. Here comes the surround. And Gerald, he blinks in, does focus on the tanks, one after the other. He gets one, he gets two, there's one left. And Gerald, he will clean this up. Yeah, he will clean this up. Takes down the final tank, even without charge. Good effort here by Dolan, but alas, he just doesn't have enough. So he will lose the entire army. Banshees, they get away. Worker counts are neck and neck. But Gerald has an army, and Dolan does not. Dolan, he's down to 3 Banshees, a handful of Marines, and 1 tank. No bunker, no defensive setup. And Gerald from here can just counterattack. BC? What's happening? What's going? Why is there a fusion core? Dolan behind this, rushing into BC production. I mean, the first BC has arrived. Let's go. Teleports across the map. He's crazy. Meanwhile, Gerald, he dives in, gets one of the tanks, gets one, gets two. Takes down the Banshees. At least is trying to. A lot of Stalkers are falling. Dolan, he's holding. He's defending. He's barely holding on. He's trying to. More Stalkers come in. Dolan's going to be overwhelmed. Meanwhile, across the map, BC kills every single worker. Gerald busting into the main. Second BC's on the way. Oh, Storm is going to be denied. Oh, the shield battery. The shield battery keeps it alive. Out heals the DPS of the BC. Shield battery's out of energy. Storm completes. And Gerald, he can get the production. Can and will. There's only one battle cruiser. Second battle cruiser should pop out just barely. And can teleport away. Gerald trying to force a tie here, I would imagine. Oh my god. And here comes BC going for that Templar. Gets one, gets two. Very nicely done. Gets two at Templar, teleports across the map, going for the final mining base. Trading with the Stalkers. And GG gets called. Too many Stalkers back at home. And Gerald, he will take the series 2-0. Will advance on to the semifinals. GG. Whew. Oh my god. GG, well played. Congratulations, Gerald will claim the series. That was a wild way to end the game as well. Shout out to Dolan for the 2-base all-in followed by BC reinforcements, which, I mean, almost worked. True, almost did work. If only there were less Stalkers, if only Dolan was able to disrupt the production a little bit faster, or even, get on top of the economy a little bit faster. Regardless, GG, well played. In the end, Gerald will take it. And he will advance on to the semifinals to face off against Hero. Up next, PvP between Gerald and Hero. Let's go. Let us go. Is going to be that Protoss versus Protoss. Meanwhile, I believe we have some other updates. Let's catch up on the bracket.